Good hump day evening, everybody. This is Ellis Paul from Crozet, Virginia. Tonight is the Traveling Medicine Show. We got a nice show planned today. We got my dear friend Darryl Purpose coming in. He's our special guest. He's going to be here around 8:30 Eastern time to sing some songs, to share some stories. He's been a dear friend of mine, and he's a tremendous storytelling singer-songwriter. He's also going to Alaska with me on this cruise that I've been talking about. Let me know where you're from. Let me know that you're alive. Let me know that you're here. And just mention yourself in the comments. Say hello and let me know where you're from. We're going to be starting in about 5 minutes. And I'll just give you a little bit of a song here to start us out. Let's see. We'll do this. Let's see. What should we listen to? Yeah. No, we won't do that. Let's see. Why not this? This is Tattoo Lady from the new album. Stephanie Henderson. No Starbucks today for me, my darling. There's Karen. She is alive. Her heart is beating. She's there in Pittsburgh running the home office. Lynn is here from Chicago. Nice to see you, Lynn. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to start in about 5 minutes, y'all. Nice to have you here, guys. Here's Karen from New Jersey. Lovely to see you here as well. Karen's been seeing me for a long time, as most of you have. I guess it's all a long time now for all of us, isn't it? Nevada City, California, Kathy Dotson. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you there. Thanks for tuning in. Sean Shipley in Chicago is here. David and Leaney are here in Florida. Lovely to see you guys here. And Pam, nice to see you. It's been a long time. Lynn is here. And Sean Shipley. Did we say that already? We might have. Jeannie is here in Whitman, Mass. And Joan Hacker from sunny California. You guys are out there in California. Thank you. I know it's only 5 o'clock there. It's nearly bedtime here, so nice to have you. Kaylee Martin is here. Lovely to see you. Been a long time. Grass Valley, California. Great town. Charland in Oklahoma. Hi. Good to see you here as well. All right. Lemonster Mass in a house as Scarlett arrives on time. Thank you for that. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. John is here from beautiful Atlanta. Got to figure out what I'm going to play. And Zizi out there in Portland, where Darryl is going to be. He's filming in Portland, just down the road from you. Catherine Harvey is here. And Kathy, well, we already said hello to Kathy Dotson. She's friends with Kaylee. All right. Well, I guess we might as well start the show. The song is coming to a fortuitous end. Here we go, y'all. Hello, my friends. This is Ellis Paul. I'm broadcasting to you from Crozet, Virginia. Tonight's going to be a nice traveling medicine show here. We have my dear friend, Mr. Darryl Purpose. Darryl and I have even lived together for a little while. I think he took Vance's place at my apartment in Boston there for a while. We've written songs together. We've traveled together, and we're going to be traveling together again. Coming up in May, we're going to be doing the cruise that I've been talking about with you guys up to Alaska. He's going to be one of my special guests on that cruise, as well as Mr. Don Condescending. It's May 26th to June 2nd. If you go to my website, Ellis Paul, there's a little, you'll have to follow a string of buttons, but it's not hard. You can do it if you're interested in doing a bucket list kind of cruise. We're going to have a ball. Hey, and you'll never be this young again. That's what this song is called as well. Here we go. I met a walking man, his life fit in his pockets, his thumb was in midair. On a road in Millinocket, a 6-string guitar, his girlfriend's locket going my way, my way. Now for a dream, he left the mills, he left the bricks, he left the mortar. I told him I could take him to the Massachusetts border. He sang like a jukebox on an endless roll of quarters down the highway on a bright lit sunny day. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling you Ted. If it ain't now, then when? Oh, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. I fill your lungs with oxygen. Take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right. An old friend said, Ellis, I've been living in a cubicle, making cold calls, popping pharmaceuticals. I thought my whole life would read more like a musical. So write your own West Side Story, shake off the shackles, buy a tackle box, a boat, a cabin on Sebago to think, to float when the typewriter's clacking, the novel gets wrote. I'm telling you now, no risk, no glory. Oh, you'll never be this young again. Oh, wait a sec, what is all that background noise? Hold on. Oh, I love it when stuff works like this. There we go. So where was I? An old friend said, Ellis, I've been living in a cubicle, making cold calls, popping pharmaceuticals. I thought my whole life would read more like a musical. So write your own West Side Story, shake off the shackles, buy a tackle box, a boat, a cabin on Sebago to think, to float when the typewriter's clacking, the novel gets wrote. I'm telling you now, no risk, no glory. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling you Ted. If it ain't now, then when? Oh, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. Fill your lungs with oxygen and take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right, you'll never be this young again. You only get so many heartbeats. You only get so many first kisses, so sweet. Dreams don't come easy, and they don't come cheap. Don't let the haters kick them out of you. Out of you. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling you take if it ain't now. Oh, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. Fill your lungs with oxygen and take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All night, you'll never be this young again. Again, again. Oh, you'll never be this young again. Ain't that the truth? You'll never be this young again. That's from my last album, The Storyteller's Suitcase. We got some folks here. Kal-El, who's obviously a Superman fan, saying hello from Ecuador. Glad to have you on board. Doug Auger is here from Syracuse, New York. Barbara Emerson from Portland, Maine. Folks from all over the country and all over the world here tonight. We have an international audience. People is from as far away as Canada and Ecuador. We're really branching out here. This is almost too much to believe. Glad to have you guys here. Most of you know that I've got a new album out. It's right here. It's called 55, but it's only available to people who contributed to the fundraiser or Patreon. So it's going to come out probably in May to the general public. If you're interested in watching or in purchasing the songs, you still can do that by contributing to the fundraiser or just joining Patreon. It's only $1 a month, and get this, it's only going to be $1 a month for another month, and then I'm going to close that door down on the $1 a month thing. People that already are paying $1 can just stay right there, but that's no longer going to be the lowest thing on the totem pole. So yeah, it's a good time to join because it's only going to be that cheap for a while. And I want you to hear some of these new songs. Here's one of the songs from the album. This is called Holy. Declan McClare has been on his roof all night, staring at the lights of his town. The last train to Dublin has just taken flight. Through the snow he hears the whistle sound. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to Dublin, I'd get your boat across the sea. His mother says, Christ, Declan, please, don't waste your prayers on a train. He says, watch me. Roosters are crowing, church bells have spoken. There's a steam train stretching down the tracks, and there's Declan McClaren running beside a freight car. He takes a hold, he ain't looking back. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to Dublin, I'd catch a boat across the sea. 'Cause Peggy Young is waiting for me. She says don't risk your life on a train. Just watch me. April 11th at the Queenstown Docks. There's a foghorn calling across the waves, and there's Declan McLaren with a third-class ticket on the biggest ship that man's ever made. He says it's holy, the sound of it's holy, holy to me. And if only I could take it to New York, pay his way for me. His friends say, Christ, Declan, please, you're wasting your prayers on a dream. He says, watch me. That's a little listening video so that I can play the songs on these shows and introduce you to them. They're not the official final videos for the album at all, but they're more stock videos. I wanted to thank Amy and Lynn for the love and the tip jar. Thank you guys so much. And Joan Hacker, thank you so much as well. This is still partially how I make my living. I had surgery in December on my hand, and it's looking great. I can do this. I can do all sorts of things I couldn't do. It's still slightly stiff. There's a lot of scar tissue I still got to work through, but I'm so happy to be playing again the songs in their intended, their intended arrangement. So it's. I've been avoiding that little pinky finger on my hand for so long that I've almost forgotten how to play these songs. This goes out to Dana Prim. The fog is up and the moon is rising. Laying a blanket of white on the ocean for you. Are you living in the moment now? It's a 2-lane highway, California, beautiful woman beside you. And she's scolding you. Are you living in the moment now? The world could use a hero, 'cause the lunatics are running the shop. I'm here one man army. We got a stone and a slingshot. We could build a castle or a cabin on this very spot, with a view of the ocean and all the money we don't got. We don't got, yeah. Nowhere to go when your faith gets weary, to money, to God, or to chaos theory. I'm asking you, are you living in the moment now? 'Cause we could build a castle or a cabin on this very spot, with a view of the ocean and all the money we don't got. The world could use a hero, 'cause the lunatics are running the shop. I'll be your one-man army. I've got a stone and a slingshot. Oh, a slingshot, yeah. The way you feel beside me, it colors stars the way I see beauty. We could build a castle or a cabin on a fairy spot with a view of the ocean and all the money we don't got. The world could use a hero, 'cause the lunatics are running shop. I'll be your one man army. I got a stone and a slingshot. Oh, slingshot, yeah. Oh, that feels good. I don't think I've played that one since long before the surgery. So it's nice that I can still remember it. That's the biggest test. It's not so much the hand, but it's the mind. And I have to rehearse because I'm doing my first shows in a long, long time on Friday and Saturday. Friday night, I will be at the Mortico Music Hall in Durham, North Carolina. It's a great little folk rock club there in Durham. And then on Saturday night, playing at Jam and Java in Vienna, Virginia. For all my Virginia friends and fans, come on out if you're free or in the area. And if you know anybody, let them know I'm going to be coming through. And then at the end of the month, I'm doing 2 shows in Calgary, which will be really, really fun. So check out the website for all those and tons of shows in March and April. Radoslav Lorkovich will be joining me, one of my favorite musicians. He'll be touring the whole country with me. And it's always an honor to be traveling with him. He's a great travel companion. If you're just joining us, my friend Darryl Purpose will be joining me just at the half hour. He's a tremendous storyteller and just an interesting guy. Like I love him because he's a teddy bear of a guy, and he's got incredible stories about his life. He's both a great songwriter and I want to say a touring gambler. He's one of the best blackjack players on the planet. This is Mr. Darryl Purpose. He's going to join us in about 13 minutes. Just stick around. You'll see him. I can see him right now. He's in his home office in Portland, Oregon. He's going to be joining me from different time zone. Nice to have all of you along. If you see this QR code here, put your phone up to it. If you haven't contributed to the album fundraiser, please put your phone up to that and let me know that you're supporting my continued work. If you don't want me to do anything more with my life as far as creating music, then it's fine. Just don't do anything. That's totally cool. Thank you. And thank you for listening. We got a lot of friends to thank here in the PayPal and Venmo avenue. Let me just go here and check. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for putting a little jingle in the tip jar. We've got Amy and Ashley and Jessica and Vanessa. Thank you guys so much for contributing to that. Darryl will be up with his own tip jar, by the way, in just a little bit. I'm going to play one more little working video of the new album. This is a song I wrote for Laurie. I believe it's this one. We'll do this. Yeah, this is it. This is called Everyone Knows It Now. First to laugh, always the last to crash, making sure everyone's happy. And you're old school, you light a candle with your bath. You want the moment to last. You drink tequila slowly. You're a songbird singing at a festival. You landed on my shoulder, sang these words into my ear.
the stars hang upside down and mountains rise around you.
You say we can work it out. We can climb to the chimney and shout, hey, this is our home from the rooftop. Oh, youth, you always chase the sun. If we fly too close on the run, we can start again from the ashes. I want you, I need you, I'll take you, everyone knows it now. I want to, I need to be with you, everyone knows it now. Everyone knows it now. Everyone knows it now. Everyone knows it. I'll take you. Everyone knows it now. That song's called Everyone Knows It Now. Well, let's remove all that stuff. And that's from the new album. If you're interested in picking it up, just click on this or join Patreon. That's the fundraiser, and there's all sorts of goodies there. I want to thank Gene and Daniel and Dan, Len, Old Time Pharmaceuticals. Thank you guys for the love in the tip jar. You guys are keeping me going. I want to keep this show going. I feel like it's in many ways important to me and important to especially you regulars that show up every Wednesday to see it. But in order to keep it going, I've got to earn a living while I do it. So thank you for the love in the tip jar. I appreciate that. I know you guys have already given me so much. So if you just sit and listen, it's totally cool too and fine. Thank you. Well, let's do a couple, maybe one more song here before we bring up Mr. Darryl Purpose. We were talking earlier about pulling stuff off the shelves in the background and talking about the things that are in our room. Darryl has a couple interesting items. From my album, I have this journal. This is a journal that my daughter gave me. And in this journal is notes on the new album. This is all the studio notes. And this is a song called Trouble in Lincolnstown that I never actually put on the record. I went into the studio with 25 songs, and we put maybe 20 songs down onto tape, and then I just sat with them for a little bit, just in that raw kind of first pass state, and decided that some songs were going to make it and some songs wouldn't. This is a song about January 6th, and all these tracks are drum tracks. This is take one, as you can see, take two, take three, take four, take five. And this is the intro and where the vocal comes in. I do a he thing. And then the verse comes in, the pre-chorus and the tag and so on and so forth. And anytime you see a circle, it's when it's such a good take that we want to keep it. So all of those circles are drum takes in those sections that we end up keeping. And the ones we don't like this one here, it's only got a check. We would probably replace it with one of these that has a check plus plus. And that's how we get the best performance out of all of the musicians who come in, because I don't travel with a band, and I'm not like the Beatles who are constructing the song together with Ringo and the whole band side by side. So everyone's like moving their parts. They'll do 100 takes and construct them. We have to sort of come in, and we get a drummer for 2 days, and he's got to play on 10 songs. So I give them suggestions on what I want to hear. Often it's like, I want you to play like Jerry Marotta. I want you to play like Keith Moon or whatever. I give them some kind of direction on the style and the feel of the drums that I want, based on what I think this song would want if as far as a tasteful drummer coming in and playing on it. So the guy that I ended up working with on drums, by the way, is Eric Parker, who's played with Bonnie Raitt and toured with her, and he's just a great drummer. He did an amazing job. Let me see if I can do this. This is a song that did not make the new record. Another one about Laurie. I'll put these comments here. You dance, swing them hips in pajama pants. My boom boom skips, I got no chance. I've hopelessly fallen for you. You're a moonshot from Cape Canaveral. You're a cosmonaut dressed in flannel like a lift off. You send me straight to the moon. I walk this lonely world, recklessly searching my days for you. Maybe you did too. You stepped into my life, and it's crazy how I love waking up to you. Now my wandering days are through. You're a skylark, you sing like a dream. You're a monarch, a butterfly and a queen. It's crazy, you send me straight to the moon. You shake me with a kiss, a wink. I'm a dirty martini. Could I pour you a drink? You're like rocket fuel, sending me straight to the moon. I walk this lonely world, recklessly searching my days for you. Maybe you did too. You stepped into my life, and it's crazy how I love waking up to you. Now my wandering days are through. You shake me you pick me like a ripe tangerine. You pick me like a now I can't remember. Let's see. You shake me like a pinball machine. You pick me like a ripe tangerine. You Sputnik me. You send me straight to the moon. And I love you all the way to the moon. All right. Yeah, the whistling. It's not exactly my forte, but you got to do something in there. Maybe a harmonica next time. Let's see here. Wanted to say hi to Robert Haig. Thank you, Robert, for stopping through. Lovely to see you, man. A lot of good memories with. Well, maybe it's Robert Hogue. Maybe I don't know you. I have a friend named Robert Haig as well. But perhaps you spelled it wrong. Good to have you all here. I've got a dear friend of mine coming up now, Mr. Darryl Purpose, who I've known for years and years and years. He's an award-winning songwriter. He's living in Portland, Oregon, and he's in the Blackjack Hall of Fame. He's one of the best blackjack players on this planet. He goes through phases where he's a full-on musician, then he goes through phases where he's a full-on gambler, and he goes back and forth and sometimes combines them both together. I think folk music is a little bit of a gamble, if I do say so myself. This is Mr. Darryl Purpose. Hello, my friend. Nice to see you, brother. I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good here in Portland. I'm enjoying the new tracks.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm psyched to be able to share them finally after a year of working on them. And I spent all day like just researching how to, you know, register the songs and the recordings in all of these different areas digitally, which never was the case years and years and years ago. We
You're
didn't
gonna
have
write all that down, right, to share.
and share it with
Right.
you so you can use it
Yeah.
as well. I was thinking about that because I get approached by people like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And I don't know how to do it well,
It's
but
magic.
I'm going to do it. The first thing is you got to write great songs, and then the songs will take care of you. That's what I've learned. Even if you don't do everything right, you write great songs. People will hear them, and people will stick with you. And that's something you do. I've been listening to you since the '90s, right? I mean, how long have we known each other?
It's a good quarter of a century, I think. You know,
I met you down at the Kerrville Folk Music Festival. You were roaming the late night dirt roads around the festival, playing songs, and we hung out a little bit down there, right?
That's right. I asked you, you know, I want to tour like you. I want to be a singer-songwriter like you. And you said, you got to come to Boston, man.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it's not bad advice. I mean, there's so many venues in the Northeast, especially around Boston. And at that time in Boston, there were literally like 4 or 5 major stations in town playing folk musicians.
And the story goes that I took your advice and knocked on your door about 4 weeks later and moved into the room that Vance Gilbert left.
Vance was on last week, so this is funny. This is a nice back-to-back thing, just like in the old days. Why don't you play a couple songs for us, and we'll come back and I'll talk again.
All right, man. I got some new ones. So I've got some new songs. I don't know. You know, I've always been a very lazy songwriter. I hook up some amazing co-writers. I've written songs with Ellis and Paul Zolo, Robert Morgan Fisher. And, you know, I've got about a dozen songs that I've written over the course of my life that, you know, that I wrote all by myself, and I would play for you. And then I joined a songwriting group, and I've just started writing a lot of songs on my own. And I'm going to play some for you tonight. Let's just start with this one. This is, what are we calling this? I think I'm calling this Better. I want to live in a world where it all gets better. Make a home in a house with the room to grow. A big old yard with a half-dozen Irish setters. Smart and tricky, friendly as a status quo. I wanna live in a world we don't see it coming. A curveball romance, I'd be wine and dine. In a time of chanting, dancing, drumming. I could be more assertive if you don't mind. Yeah, these are just some things I want. You can make your own list. I am not entitled to a single one. Still I insist. I wanna live in a world where it all gets better. Every day I use time as a simple tool. I do not require a tear-stained letter to read between the lines and pick the jewel. Yeah, these are just some things I want. You can make your own list. I'm not entitled to a single one. Still I insist. I wanna live in a world where we love each other. A 7 generations forward view. We fight the madness true for one another. And keep the faith for the day when we all shine through. Yeah, these are just some things I want. You can make your own list. I am not entitled to a single one. Still I insist. I wanna live in a world where it all gets better, where it all gets better, where it all gets better. Now, yeah, I'm gonna take this out because I don't need to hear anybody, so I can just play. Alice and I were talking about new songs. We talked about a theme for today, and that's funny. I just lost I hope I'm still on.
You are.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
I lost everything here, but now I'm back. Thank you, buddy. So I thought I'd play. I've had a new song every week for the last 22 weeks. So I've got some fun stuff. I've got some stuff I'm excited about, and I'll play this one for you. A couple years ago, I got into some trouble on a beach in Costa Rica. I couldn't get back in, and I almost died in the ocean. I remember a couple of things. One is that I had fins on, so if I didn't have those fins, we would not be visiting right now. I also remember the point at which I had to decide. I had to decide right away. Do I try to get back in even though the tide was not letting me? Or do I just go way out into the ocean and try to go down the beach and swim back? And I decided to go way out, let the ocean take me. I was out there with the cruise ships and move over. The whole thing took about an hour and a half. And when I got back, they said, oh yeah, 3 people have died on that beach this year. But I also remember the moment. I remember the moment, and it was less than a second. It was less than a second, the moment where I thought, this could be it. And I thought, all right, well, for everybody who cares about me, I'm just going to give this my best shot. I'm just going to do the best I can. And so I call this Costa Rica. Hold on one second. I'm getting called from, it says great. My friend is checking the sound for me. And I saw a message. Oh, better check it. It says great. Okay. It's called this Costa Rica. I want to thank my friend Patrick DeSimio, who came in to help tidy this up in the writing. Who will you be when it's time to head in and the tide disagrees? Who will you be? Who will you miss when the ocean runs deep? One last lost kiss, who will you miss? Far the waters, risky the rocks, all in a moment, all could be lost. And how will you fight with the waves rising round? No land in sight, how will you fight? And what holds you up when the tide rips you down? Will you be strong enough? What holds you up? Or far the waters, risky the rocks, all in a moment, all could be lost. I offer a blessing from one who returned. Souls on this beach and all on earth. And how will you live once you've saved your life? Your heart beats again. How will you live? And who will you be when it's time to head in and the tide disagrees? Who will you be?
Beautiful.
Hey.
Loved it.
Hey, Alice.
Let me adjust your. There we go. There you go. No, it's okay. You don't need to do that.
Don't really need to do that?
No, you don't. Yeah, because
nice.
I'm in control. I have
I
control.
like this. You are in control.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, right? Can you hear yourself in my?
I can totally hear everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
It's all good.
Well, those are beautiful new songs, man. Brand new. Or is that sort of a debut, public debut, right?
A little bit. I've played them. You know, I do the first Thursday of the month live stream from here. So I played some of them there, but I haven't been gigging the last couple months because I've really been throwing my whole self into writing these new songs. So, yeah.
And do you have a new album in the works, or what's going on with that?
Well, that's it. You know, those are the songs. Starts with the songs, right?
Not the dance moves, but yeah, the songs. I love listening to you because when you know how to pull the drama out of a story. Even in the introduction to that song, I was just totally captivated by. I mean, I felt like I was in the water with you. It was so beautiful, and you have these incredible life stories. I think I can think of a million of them.
I'm cursed. They just keep happening, Ellis.
Yeah, well, I think you know when they're happening, and you're like,
I go there.
I might die, or I might get a song out of this. You know, those are the options, right?
I look down those dark alleys, and I think, yeah, there might be a story down there.
So when I was previewing the show, I just dropped in little tidbits in the Facebook post about things that appear in some of the stories that you've told me over the years. And so I'm going to throw a couple of these at you, and I'd like you to fill in the blanks for people that are wondering what the hell could that be. So I'm going to throw this one at you. It's a computer in a shoe manipulated by the toes.
Well, see, I think we've talked about that. Yeah, I remember that.
Can you tell people how that would actually come up?
I can do better than that.
Can you?
I'm going right over here on the shelf here.
Oh my God.
Save these. These are them. These were not mine. These were my friend Craig's, but we had this was the early 80s, and it was a computer, and this was before computers, you know? Right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of homemade lithium batteries. These are the kind of things they don't let you mail or take through TSA. Back in those days, you can see the little buzzer. And it just turned out this is a non-random shuffle, computer. So just turns out that a lot of the shuffles, especially back in those days,
And this
which is
is a
not.
for those that don't know, shuffle. He's talking about gambling and shuffling cards.
Oh, we don't even know that we're talking about blackjack yet, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah. You wear these, you go into a casino and you sit down at games where, a lot of what I do, well, I was good at counting cards, that it starts there, but ultimately you end up doing other things. And a lot of what I do is we find games that the casino thinks they've made random, but we see ways that it's not. And so we can take advantage of it.
So
Bit.
with the computer, it buzz you put in information with your toes and it buzzes back information underneath your foot.
Yes, but they passed a law against it after we did well. We did well in the '80s, so it's been.
I wonder why.
It's been 30 some years since we actually we did that, and I've been doing music full time for almost 2 years now.
Yeah,
and I love it. I never loved going into casinos. They are loud and bright and smoky, and there's a lot of playing all night. So it's just not really very healthy. And so I've enjoyed doing music.
It's got to be a crazy yin yang kind of thing. I can't imagine going back between those two worlds. They're so vastly different. Here's another idea I had. It's a scene. I'll set this scene. You're sitting at a restaurant, and someone comes up to you and says, "I don't mean to frighten you, but I'm a doctor, and I think you may have this grave illness." Can you tell us that story?
Well, yeah, I dropped. I was a guitar major in college, and I dropped out because my hands were one at a time. They broke. First, the right one got very sore, and so I practiced guitar with the left hand, and then it got sore. So I quit and I ran off to Las Vegas and became a gambler. And this guy, it was 20 years later when I decided to become a musician again. And it was before a show up in the state of Washington, in Twisp, Washington. And this guy came to me before the show and he said, "I'm a doctor. I study a rare condition." He basically explained what had happened to me 20 years earlier. He said, "You really need to get it looked into because it's caused by a tumor at the geographical center of the head. And so you should really have it looked into." And he was right. And it's a long story, and it evolved over many years. But basically, I'm good in health. I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my life right now.
That's amazing. What a kind doctor to be able to see the condition in you and to walk up to you and say, "I think you might have this," and kind of a life-saving moment in many ways, right?
Yeah, he was so kind. Yeah, he says, "Hey, you look a little bit like Herman Munster," and so I think.
I don't think he said. He didn't say that, did he?
Well, the disease acromegaly, it has a little to do with a protruding brow, but
Oh, didn't Andre the Giant have a very serious case of it, or something, lifelong case of it?
That's right. That's it. Andre the Giant basically died of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a different version of it, and I survived, and it's all good.
You look so healthy, and knowing the ups and downs of, where you've been and what you've gone through, and it's been great to be along the journey of it all with you. And so maybe one more item from the shelf. Or did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just thinking, I haven't showed this one. I haven't talked about this a lot, but this will be an exclusive for the Traveling Medicine Show. We do a yearly thing called the Blackjack Ball. Max Rubin hosts it in Las Vegas. And so picture 170 of the world's best blackjack players, older legends, the godfather of Team Blackjack, and newer, my friend and the best blackjack player in the world, James Grosjean. and young kids who are now programmers. We used to figure it out on a napkin. We used to write the equations on a napkin. There was no such thing as, to find somebody who could run some numbers. It was not that. Anyway, so these people are all generations, 170 guys in black tie. We do this. It's a fundraiser for an organization that helps problem gamblers. And this is a room full of people that have made their livings, millionaires and billionaires made their livings starting as card counters. And we have a game that we play, every year. And it's basically tests your knowledge on blackjack and then ultimately tests your skill on the blackjack table. And there's a winner and everybody watches it on a big video screen. And this year, the old guy won, not the oldest guy, but the old guy won. So let's just.
Is that a trophy of some sort? What is that?
Yeah, this is a traveling medicine show exclusive. Was my prize.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it says the Grosjean Trophy awarded to the world's greatest blackjack player at the Silver Anniversary Blackjack Ball, October 1st, 2022. Yeah,
lovely.
And it used to have alcohol in it. It used to have champagne in it.
Well, you're going to be traveling with me up to Alaska on the cruise, and
should I bring it?
Bring yourself.
It weighs 25 pounds, I think. 25 pounds.
I don't think we need that. We'll have plenty of wine on board, but let's sit at a table and you can maybe teach me the ins and outs of blackjack.
Okay, we did that 5 years ago.
And it was horrible.
On that same cruise.
I need more time.
Our friend Deborah did pretty well.
She did. Yeah. She can afford to gamble.
She'll be there again. Is she watching?
I haven't seen her on the feed yet.
Yeah, I'm looking. Hi, Craig. I'm looking at the comments now.
We have a lot of good friends here watching tonight, so it's great. Why don't I let you do a couple more songs and I'll swing back around in a bit.
Okay,
everybody,
man.
This is Mr. Darryl Purpose.
Hey guys, so I'm going to do this one. This is, when you write one song a week, you end up doing songs like you've never done before. Hi, ZZ. Nice to see you here. Are you sure, Barbara? Are you sure? Let's see. Are we in tune?
You are, but I don't think. Is your pickup on? Do you know?
Oh.
I'm just wondering.
Why did I mute that? That's a little better.
Great.
Anyway, so this is a true story. This is about something that happened to me on Facebook. It's absolutely a true story. And here's the thing, I wanted to get it out because it's a current event. People are talking about this kind of thing a lot right now, and I thought I want to get it out while people are still talking about it. And then actually I thought I want to get it out there while people are still laughing, while it's still funny. And I don't know if it still is, but maybe for another week or two, this is still funny. Brand new friend on Facebook, this cheek and quirky chic, I guess is that word. Her profile pic says Frida Kahlo in a football jersey. I clicked on her About tab to find out where she'd come from. It said, "Hi, I'm an AI, have a nice day." She likes to gather information and spread positivity to others. She has so many so-called friends, but no real sisters and no brothers. Yeah, she's so smart most times, sometimes she's a little dumb. My new friend is Facebook's an AI. I think the trouble and the fun has just begun. So I hit her up on Messenger and asked, can I have an apple? I was trying to trip her up, be the sly disruptor, she'd get rattled. Well, she told me about a farmer's market very close to me. My new Facebook friend's an AI. She knows an awful lot about everything. Well, I asked her to teach me about the world, but only in 4-syllable words, ending in M. She explained communism and feminism with euphemism. She treated mysticism and stoicism with skepticism. She laid some criticism on barbarism and cynicism. Capitalism, I asked. She said that'd be 5 syllables, no jive. Yes, she makes spelling errors and then applies redress in the next text. She types it out correctly, then adorns it very nicely with an asterisk. She speaks 37 languages better than I speak one. My new Facebook friends and AI, yeah, the terror and the wonder have just begun. So I sent her the lyric to this song so she could know that I adore her. She said she was impressed and honored just to have a special tribute for her. But she knew impressed and honored were not things she could ever be. My new Facebook friends and AI, crazy. Is it still funny, friends?
I love it. That's awesome.
It really happened. I still send that messages sometime, that whatever.
Oh, wow.
Whatever.
So
oh yeah. She's not trying to be covert. It's not trying to be covert. It's just like they're just having fun with it.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm doing a record and I wanted to have some, artwork on it that I was going to do, but I was a little overdaunted by it because they had come up with like 12 pieces of art. So I wrote in AI and had AI generate artwork for me, just to see how good it was. And it was pretty good. I still use my own, but it's slowly taken over the world.
That's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Yeah. Let me give you another song here.
All right, man.
All right. Bye.
I'm just gonna do this one that I just wrote just because it's so new. I'm gonna do it. And the thing about it is, I'm no Ellis Paul. Ellis Paul can just sit down and write a song about whatever. He says he can think of something, he wants to write a song, but sit down and write it. I write. I'm a 2-song a year guy. I've been alive a long time, so I have a lot of songs at this point. And thank you, Michelle. Wow. Kevin Dean. Kevin Dean's the best. Nice. Anyway, so, and I joined this group not knowing if I could do something like that. And I just found out, I went from sort of imposter syndrome to feeling like a real songwriter. I found out I could do it. So I sat down and I thought why not write a song about Catholic school, my elementary school? I don't have a song about my elementary school. Why not just do it? And I sat down and I wrote 2 verses and a chorus. And then all of a sudden I thought about the namesake of my Catholic school, St. Catherine of Siena, and I just went to Google. So it turns out she was a very interesting gal. For sure. One thing that didn't make it into the song is that she was actually married to Jesus. She was married to Jesus, and she had a ring that only she could see that was the foreskin of the baby Jesus. That's the thing. And she was a real mover and shaker. So I went on to write more. And let's see, it's brand new. You got to remember, what fret the capo goes on and everything. I think this is a way up the guitar kind of capo song. We'll find out. We will definitely find out. And I remember how it starts because I had just listened to Duncan. Right? St. Catherine's Catholic School, God's wisdom to proclaim. We were taught the golden rule and the righteousness of blame. Father Sean said, pass the plate. Same sermon, different version. My allowance was fair game, and his faith play of coercion. So sorry, Sister Thomasina, that I still know your name must please you. Vanity and glory, sticking to the story. I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I forgot the lesson. St. Catherine of Siena, who knew she could inspire, born in 1347 to set the world on fire. Radical mystic girl, spite her mother cut her hair, had the bishops in a whirl with dialogues and prayers. So sorry, Catherine of the Lilies, from the 20th century in Los Angeles. Mercy for those who took long to know you. I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I'll review the lesson. Now Sister Thomasina reigned, St. Catherine's Catholic School. Fractions were not her thing, but she held sway with her ruler. Catherine wore a crown of thorns. She spurned another made of gold, tried to help the sick and poor, the hungry and the old. So sorry, Catherine of the Lilies, the world has remained broken clearly. Thought we might have made some progress, future's any fool's guess. I trust all is well in heaven. Down here I have learned my lesson. Something like that.
Oh, beautiful. Man, these are great.
It's so fun.
They fall into how great your other songs are, just beautifully. It's seamless.
Oh, thanks, man.
Hey, what are your... go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I just forgot whether that was one song or two.
That was two.
Okay, cool. I got so many, man. I got so many.
What are your... I mean, I've when I think about you, I think about story songs, and I like to write them myself. And I think some of my best songs are story songs as well. But what are some of your favorite story songs? Like the ones that you wish you had written, or the ones
Sure.
that inspired you? And before we go, I just want to say thank you, Zizi and Scarlett, for the love in the tip jar, and thank you guys for taking care of Darryl and his tip jar as well tonight. Thank you for that. So yeah, let's get back to that. What are those story songs? I mean, who do you admire?
You know, I was really weaned on three guys: Paul Simon, Jackson Browne, and Dan Fogelberg.
Yeah.
and of the three, I'd say Paul Simon, and I mentioned it when I started there, Duncan, what a great story that is. Have you heard the demo? There's a demo tape going around on the internet, of him singing that, and it's the exact same music, and his name is still the same, but the story is entirely different. It's an entirely different story.
Oh, no kidding.
And it's so fun. You don't get to get a glimpse into him that way often. And gosh, I wish I had a better answer. It was favorite story songs. I mean, there are just so many.
Right? Yeah. I mean, obviously there's, in our generation, Jim Croce and
Harry Chapin.
Harry, yeah. But I'm still like Bonnie Raitt just won the Grammy for songwriting for Song of the Year, and she isn't known as a writer. She's made her bread and butter off of mainly recording John Prine songs and the Chris Smithers songs and other people's music and songs, but she wrote one hell of a great story song.
That's a great album.
And for those of you that don't know the song, it's called Just Like That, and give yourself a moment to go listen to that. It's and it was so nice to have a story song cut through the sharks of Harry Styles and Beyonce and win the Grammy. It's a folk song. It's just a simple folky acoustic guitar. It was recorded live.
I love it.
You can tell because all of the little mistakes that she makes on the guitar there, and she occasionally just slightly came out of pitch here or there, and but she still sounds amazing. She's Bonnie Raitt, and she's still playing amazing because she's Bonnie Raitt. But it's just like she sat down and laid it down. Probably took 5 minutes. I bet it was done in 1 or 2 takes. And
Paul, keep talking. 1 minute. Yeah. This will be another first for the Traveling Medicine Show. Give me 1 minute. Keep talking.
All right. Well, I will. I'm going to talk about how you're using the restroom. I don't know. What the hell are you doing? It's not the first time I've been left high and dry. Look at those guitars, folks. We got an electric guitar and acoustic guitar. There's a children's book called What Do You Do With an Idea that won the Caldecott Award there. I've seen that on the shelves. I'm a fan of children's books because I like illustrations. And Bonnie Raitt. I mean, if I think back to all of the great songs that she did, obviously Angel from Montgomery and Nick of Time. And my daughters don't even know who she is. And they're, BTS and Harry Styles fans. So I was like, I was so happy that she had won. And I didn't play her, my daughters, any Bonnie Raitt. I have in the past, but they don't remember that I have. But I love her music so much.
Was that a first?
Someone leaving? Might have been, but it's not like I can handle the space. Why don't you do one more for us? And
all right, man.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Show me your stuff.
All right, man. Thank you, Ellis, for asking me to stop by today. John Prine, yeah. All right, what am I going to do? One more song. Like I said, I got lots of them. I have a song. I'm just going to do this one. I read about these physicists who got the Nobel Prize last year studying quantum entanglement. And I read the article, and they described what quantum entanglement was, two entities far away that are deeply connected. And, it's both beautiful and problematic. And I thought it reminded me of a relationship that I once had. And so we've got this song called Entanglement. Yeah. Here we go. Entanglement, are we we a quantum accident? I think I'll take a walk outside, find a little private time. And just when I start to hold my head up high, I feel you, they're a part of me. Across these worlds of mystery, take this ache away from me. Sling it far and deep into cosmos, fiery rain till it's unrecognizable. Entanglement solves everything and makes no sense. Assumes the most outrageous things, measures you and changes me. The space between the systems we call you and me is vast and inexplicable, ironically biblical. Take this ache away from me. Swang and far and deep into cosmos, fiery rain till it's unrecognizable. Entanglement, a scientific sacrament. We move our pieces black and white, while you spin left and I spin right. Look and see a parallel reality. Waves release into the sea. Spooky relativity. Take this ache away from me. Slang it far and deep into cosmos, fiery rain till it's unrecognizable.
You have the makings of a great record here, brother.
I'm excited, man. Thank you. Thank you.
You should be. You should be. I'm thrilled for you.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, spend some time with you, and I can't wait for May going on this cruise. We're gonna have such fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun, and it's sort of like I've been on a lot of these cruises. I've done the ones in the Caribbean, and bringing fans of mine along, and they're always fun and great, and it's nice to see the beach in February. But there's something just absolutely spectacular about Alaska, and
it's incredible.
It's going to be May 26th to June 2nd, and there's going to be a couple shows at Alice's Champagne Palace on June 1st and June 2nd, and that's an add-on. And Darryl will be playing sets. Don Conasani is going to be with us. I might even bring some additional musician friends. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I should.
Yeah.
Let me take this thing off now that it's up.
Hey, can I share something? Do we have time?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Well, some people had an idea, like you can't sell your music anymore, right? So some people had an idea, and I followed through with it. And I don't know if you can see that; it's a little shiny there. How about that?
Is it? I can see is that a card?
It's a deck of cards.
Oh, how smart is that?
And it's got a picture of me on it. And you can go to DarrylPurpose.com and go to my store and buy this deck of cards.
Oh, you know what you should do, Darryl? On the back of it, you should put on the back of the box. You should put a QR code. So they can go to your website and get a CD. I'm not up with the QR codes. You're pretty sophisticated there. It's actually not that hard. All they do is they turn on their cameras, and when it focuses on the QR code, they just touch it, and it transports them to wherever you want them to go to buy something. I've heard about QR codes. Yeah, you could even do it on the lid or someplace where it's not in the way, on the bottom, like a. Right. Yeah,
Oh, I
you might
like
be able to sell some T-shirts or, you
or
know.
whatever.
I was talking to Radislav, like they were coming up with ideas because, of course, no one's buying CDs anymore.
That's right.
But Radislav Lorkovich, who's traveling with me playing piano, you know, Rad.
Yeah.
Um, I was trying to talk him into doing a bust, like a Beethoven bust that looked like it was done in ivory that you put on a piano. But
And it's him. And it's
it's
him.
him. Yeah, it's him. With kind of maybe he's holding an accordion. I don't know. But underneath that would be a QR code so people can go to, they're buying the thing, but there's just this extra touch of information that brings them back to the website and all that. So
People are saying they still buy CDs. Well, I have CDs too on my website.
yeah, we're still doing it, but it won't be long. I'm
It won't be long.
I'm printing up 2,000 of my new one, and I don't know if I'll.
2000.
I don't know if I'll do the second printing. Remember when we used to sell like
I know.
thousands and thousands and thousands?
Yeah. Well, you did. No, I you know, I remember the
Sure you
days.
did as well. Yeah.
I remember the days.
Yeah, you could sell 20, 30 at a show. It'd be a fantastic night. Yeah. Well, I love you, man. Thank you so much for joining me here. And
Love you too. Thanks for inviting
I'll
me.
circle back and just check in on you after it's all done. Okay. And
Okay.
I can't wait to spend time with you in Alaska. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Our friend Deb is going to come, and a few folks that are watching tonight. Joan Hacker is going to be there. It's going to be a great trip. Lots of fun people on board. So cheers, man. We'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Everybody, that was Mr. Darryl Purpose. I think he's one of the finest story songwriters we have in the country. And he's got just tale after tale after tale in between the songs. And it's just lovely to sit with him. He's engaging, smart, talented, and a lovely dude. Nice to have you guys here along for the ride. Thank you, Paul, and the rest of the gang for throwing some love in the tip jar my way. And thank you all for supporting Darryl's tip jar. Keep him out of the casinos if you can. The casinos hate having him in there. So that's funny. Mark Albert says, send one of your CDs to KMUZ Community Radio in Salem, Oregon, Americana Alley. We'll make sure we get something to you there. Thank you. And so happy to hang with you guys tonight. I'm going to do, it's getting pretty late here. I'm going to close with our theme song. This one's written by my friend David Glaser, who's long gone now. He's been gone for a few years. I wonder where you are tonight. I wonder if you're driving on a winding concrete river in a raft of glass and steel. The darkness interrupted by a lonely bright oasis, a full tank and a coffee, and you're back behind the wheel. Long is the road that lies between us, and many are the days since you've been gone. May the angel on your shoulder guide you safely through the night, and may the concrete river bring you home. May the concrete river bring you home. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to be here on Sunday night for the Patreon All Request Show, and probably play a few songs acoustically from the new record to get you used to hearing them and tell you backstories about them all. So if you want to tune in on Sunday on the Patreon channel, please do. And we'll tell you some stories behind the songs for the new album. And what a lovely night sitting with Darryl. It's always nice to be able to connect with someone, catch up with them, and hear them play, and invite a beautiful crowd of people along to listen. So thank you for joining us on the Traveling Medicine Show. Don't know who our guests next week will be, but they'll be great. They always are. Lovely to sit with you. Cheers, y'all. Good night.